Were it not for the songwriters, we singers would have nothing to sing. So it is my great delight to introduce to you Bill Diluigi.
The bud and bloom is running out of flowers. First Baptist Church is full, they've been lining up for hours. Everyone in town turned out, people drove for miles around. He touched a lot of lives, left a lot of love behind. I want to make the most of these years. I want to live so people know I was here. Give more than I take, fix more than I break. I want to be sure when I'm gone, I'm going to leave more than a stone. Yeah, yeah. I'm going to leave more than a stone. My coach from Little League, they've been saying that they need one. Tip a waitress way too much, tell a stranger about Jesus. Try and do the little things, go and plant a couple seeds and pray that they grow strong. On and on and on, I want to make the most of these years. I want to live so people know I was here. Give more than I take, fix more than I break. I want to be sure when I'm gone, I'm going to leave more than a stone. Yeah, yeah. I'm going to leave more than a stone. This ride goes way too fast. I want to get busy building something that lasts. Oh, I want to make the most of these years. I want to live so people know I was here. Give more than I take, fix more than I break. I want to be sure when I'm gone, I'm going to leave more than a stone. Yeah, yeah. I'm going to leave more than a stone. Woo! Thank you. Well, hey, it's so good to be out here. Thank you all. I don't know if you're familiar with the TV show Heart of Dixie, if anybody's ever seen that show, Heart of Dixie, on CW Network. This, I guess next Friday, this coming Friday, this song will be featured. And it was recorded by, it's been a song that's been really good to us. It was recorded by a duo in Nashville called Ackland Park. And then it was used in a movie called was a movie called Storm Rider last year, and then it was in Heart of Dixie once already. It's going to be in Heart of Dixie again next week. So if you're tuning to television next week, look out for this song. Take a back road, not caring where it goes, just because you can. Did you ever press rewind to the best days of your life, knowing you're a lucky man? Did you ever watch the sun rise over the mountains or a coastline? This is your life, this is my life. Work hard, play hard, 1 heart, 50 stars. It's about us, so raise your hands up. Big city, small town, we're all country proud. Sing along to the great American song. Kid, did you ever dream big and try on your daddy's boots? Somewhere down the road, find dreams of your own catching up to you. Aren't you glad that you're living free? You can be anything you want to be. This is your life, this is my life. Work hard, play hard, 1 heart, 50 stars. It's about us, so raise your hands up. Big city, small town, we're all country proud. Sing along to the great American song. It's more than fireworks in the sky, the anthem or the stars and stripes. It's who we are way down deep inside. This is your life, this is my life. Work hard, play hard, 1 heart, 50 stars. It's about us, so raise your hands up. Big city, small town, we're all country proud. Sing along to the great American song. Yeah, just sing along. Thank you. That's so good. That was a great set we had before us, and I want to thank Jeff and Bev. They've been fantastic hosts putting this all together. Hasn't been easy, but it's just great. I might do this a little Nashville style. Might tell you a few stories about the songs and that kind of thing if you're interested in that.
Sounds good. Yeah.
I write with a friend of mine named J.P. Williams, or Major Bob Music. JP's a blind writer. It's amazing. He can make demos and everything. He does everything. You wouldn't know he's blind. One day we were over there writing, and every now and then somebody popped their head in the door, and I heard this voice. I'm like, man, that voice is so familiar. And all I saw was the guy's face, and I'm like, that's Bob Schiffer. I don't know if you guys know who Bob Schiffer is, but he came in. He's been the host of Face the Nation? Face the Nation for 50 years. And he writes songs, and he's, he's a hobbyist. And he had his cowboy hat on and everything, and I think the next time we went over to JP's place, we wrote this song. One day God took a handful of dust, made a man with a heart bigger than the rest of us, put steel in his back, steady in his voice. God made a cowboy. God could have tamed the wild Mustang on his own. He spoke to the cattle and told them where to go. Instead he took a look around, made a different choice. God made a cowboy. You can say his kind's a dying breed, but the man upstairs would disagree. As long as cowgirls get lonesome and you can watch a sunset, there'll be a shadow of a hero somewhere headed west. You can say his kind's a dying breed, but the man upstairs would disagree. As long as cowgirls get lonesome and you can watch a sunset, there'll be a shadow of a hero somewhere headed west. When the cowboy draws his final breath, we'll lay that old straw hat on his chest. He'll be buried with his boots on. We'll crowd around his headstone while the angels up in heaven all rejoice that God made a cowboy. Thank God for cowboys. Any Chris Young fans in the house? Y'all know who Chris Young is? Country singer, on top of his game right now. Had the honor of writing this song with Chris. And I was a bigger Chris Young fan when he said he was going to record the song, and he didn't. So he went down on my fan list a little, but no, he's a great guy. Really good guy. He was talking about a video and everything for this song, but the song never got cut. But could get cut 5 years from now, we just don't know. I wrote it with Chris and Anthony Smith, who they all wrote Tomorrow together. Chris sings it a whole lot better than I do. Girl, you're looking so good tonight, it's just plain wrong. We could probably get into trouble just staying home, but it's been too long. Let's get off this couch, get dressed up and go out. I wanna show you off, baby. Get some kind of crazy and chase that old two-lane all the way into town. Stay out too late, see if we remember how. Find us some gravel out under the stars. Kick up boots and high heels out in front of them bars. Let's be young, let's be wild. We don't even need a band playing. Let's go parking lot dancing. Girl, when was the last time we heard last call? So caught up and wrapped up and in love up, we just drifted off and got lost in each other's eyes, in each other's arms. We could be there right now. Let's jump in a car and chase that old two-lane all the way into town. Stay out too late, see if we remember how to find us some gravel out under the stars. Kick up boots and high heels out in front of them bars. Let's be young, let's be wild. We don't even need a band playing. Let's go parking lot dancing. Parking lot dancing. Let's chase that old two-lane all the way into town. Stay out too late, see if we remember how to find us some gravel out under the stars. Kick up boots and high heels out in front of them bars. Let's be young, let's be wild. We don't even need a band playing. Let's go parking lot dancing. Parking lot dancing. Thank you. If you ever meet Chris, ask him when he's going to record this song. This next song, a lot of these songs are on my CD, which will be available here tonight. This one is on there. It's just kind of about what got me into the whole songwriting business to begin with. Bobby played headrest drums in the back seat of my car. Joe played the radio, Jimmy played every note wailing on his air guitar, and we'd all sing Born to Run. That night Jenny left for college when summertime turned to fall. Hardest part was breaking up when the words wouldn't come. The radio said it all, and it played Heartache Tonight. Here's to the dashboard poets for being there every time. They get us where we're going on this crazy, beautiful ride. Falling in love to missing someone, they're the soundtrack of our lives. God bless the dashboard poet. We lost Bobby in the war. It's been 2 years to the day. Jimmy bought a six-pack, we did good holding back all the way home from the grave. Then we heard fire and rain, fire and rain. Here's to the dashboard poets for being there every time. They get us where we're going on this crazy, beautiful ride. Falling in love to missing someone, they're the soundtrack of our lives. on this crazy, beautiful ride. Falling in love to missing someone, they're the soundtrack of our lives. God bless the dashboard poets. God bless the dashboard poet. Thank you, thank you. Well, I grew up in a little town outside of Pennsylvania before I moved to Nashville. I mean, outside of Philadelphia. And it was a mining town, I mean, a mill town. So you had two choices. You could work at the paper mill or the steel mill. That was basically your two choices. And this is kind of a song about that. I might fool you in this song. I'm just letting you know. I might fool you. You know, they Puff the Magic Dragon, you know how they fool you with a song? You think it's about one thing and it's about something else. But it's a pretty new song.
Bill, what's your hometown?
Downingtown, Pennsylvania, Chester County. Daddy's Cadillac was always clean. It was polished chrome and steel, low to the ground and rock solid like the man behind the wheel. The note was all paid off to the bank on Daddy's Cadillac. Daddy's Cadillac never had an empty tank of gas. It was a ride made for a go-getter, a trendsetter, an eye-catcher. The whole town would smile and wave back at Daddy's Cadillac. Sometimes at night he would ride a handsome plastic Jesus looked out from the dash of Daddy's Cadillac. Daddy's Cadillac. Daddy's Cadillac was hardly ever parked out in our drive. He took it down to the mill in the morning and came home late at night. The American dream can be a shiny kind of black, like Daddy's Cadillac. Sometimes at night he would ride a handsome plastic Jesus looked out from the dash. Daddy's Cadillac. Daddy's Cadillac. Daddy's caddy wasn't even a Chevy, just a raggedy old Ford. But that Ford rolled into his sleep sometimes, and he dreamed it was something more. And all us kids were laughing in the back. For once there wasn't one thing that we lacked. Sometimes at night we would ride, and life was a smooth drive on the inside track. And Daddy's Cadillac, Daddy's Cadillac.
Yeah.
told you, didn't I? Well, this is great. I love Reno, boy. It's a beautiful town. I'm gonna do one here, and then I'm gonna bring Bev and Bev up to help me, and Jeff help me on one. I'm a Twilight Zone fan.
Awesome.
I like the old black and white ones, the old Rod Serling Twilight Zone episodes, a whole lot. And I was watching this episode, and this is what inspired this song. Y'all can sing along, it's real easy. It goes like this. Can y'all do that? The morning news was awful rude. It screamed at me like a woman on fire. Tragedies, casualties, the dark harmony of a broken choir. Wouldn't have to fold my hands and pray for peace. God, if you would grant this wish for me. Heaven, won't you send some magic dust, something that brings out the best in us, one that touches all the hate and turns it into love. Heaven, won't you send some magic dust? Ooh, 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 ooh. Sprinkle our eyes till we're colorblind, children on the same playground, and we'll love like kids and get a grip on what this life is all about. Give us the wisdom of the young, and we'll fight our wars with water guns. Heaven, won't send some magic dust, something that brings out the best in us, one that touches all the hate and turns it into love. Heaven, won't send some magic dust. Oh, sing sha-la-la. We bleed for Allah or a greenback dollar, and with word-shaped swords we murder Christ. We stand on stones, the ones we've thrown, 'cause we're too weak to reach the light. Open your hands and heal the sick. The power of love ain't no parlor trick. Heaven, won't you send some magic dust, something to bring out the best in us, one that touches all the hate and turns it into love. Oh, heaven, won't you send some magic dust? Oh, come on. Thank you, Rod Serling. I'm going to bring Jeff and Bev up, tell you a little story about this song. I'm going to do a little sip of water here.
So, Bill, I wanted to ask you something.
All right.
So, you are now, like, making your living almost totally songwriting. How many songs, say, a year do you write?
Yeah, I write for a publisher called Rhyme Partners in Nashville, and the rest of the year I play guitar for a few artists out on the road. Last year, it was stupid. I wrote 275 songs, and that's a lot of songs.
That is a lot of
60
songs.
of them got cut, so that's a pretty good ratio.
That is very good. That is very good.
I was at the hotel, and I guess it was the first, might have been Thursday morning, I was in the hotel, and the chime changed, and this song woke me up about 6 a.m. And so I wrote it, and it's for all of you guys here. Oh.
Oh.
You gonna sing backup?
I guess she told you.
Oh, she got a cheat sheet. No problem. I just wrote this 2 days ago, so believe me, I understand.
I know my part.
If anybody knows Garth Brooks better than some people I know, get them to hear this song.
So this is this song's debut. So you guys are hearing a song that nobody has ever heard
You're right.
before.
These guys are the only ones that heard it. So.
This is called Reckless in Reno.
She wears sensible shoes most of the year. Her name is Ethel. She works, scrimps and saves and squirrels away a few shekels so she can let her hair down at Harris. Right now Ethel's feeling more like a pharaoh. It's pretty close to heaven, or at least Las Vegas. Tonight she's getting reckless in Reno. Somewhere in the desert it's raining C-notes. Next week she'll come back down to earth, hang up her mini skirts. But tonight she's getting reckless in Reno. Reckless Jeff Davis on guitar. His name is Bob. Flew out alone from Jersey. A twice divorced accountant who retired early. He did the math and said, what the heck? Walked over and bought Ethel a drink. That was midnight, and it's almost 3:30. Everybody! Tonight, he's getting reckless in Reno. Somewhere in the desert, it's raining C-notes. Next week he'll come back down to earth and put starch in the collar of his shirt. But tonight he's getting reckless in Reno. He's a pretty good dancer, she's easy to hold. They might have both hit the jackpot on a heart of gold. Yeah, oh, you ought to see him out there just going for broke. Tonight they're getting reckless in Reno. Somewhere in the desert, Cupid's playing Keno. In a little while they might just come back down to earth. God knows they both know falling can hurt. But tonight they're getting reckless in Reno. Yeah, tonight they're getting reckless in Reno. True story, y'all. This next song's one of my favorite songs. I wrote it with a guy named Mike Ward. He was a writer in Nashville for about 20 years. He had some success with Faith Hill and some other artists, Joey and Rory. I don't know if you guys know Joey and Rory or not, but they have a song called Boots. He wrote that. But George Jones was doing his last record, I guess it was about 3 years ago, right before he passed. And so the producer called me up and he said, man, on this song Coins, I want to put it on George's record. And it was going to be George's last record, so we were really excited. And he said, George loves it. He had me send him a big font lyric so George could practice it in the studio. And that was awesome. And he said, George likes it, I like it. We just have to run it by his wife, because his wife, Nancy, made all the decisions for him. So Nancy did not like the song. So they did not cut the song. He said, I'll run it by her on another day. Maybe they'll cut it on another. Maybe she'll see it differently. Didn't. Okay. Sometimes God's got a bigger plan than me, because that record never got made. So I probably would have been really doubly bummed if it got cut and the record didn't get made. But I know this song has been cut independently a few times, but I'm sure you're going to hear it on the radio someday. You can say you heard it here first. On a Greyhound out of Indiana, one way back to Alabama. It was coming down in buckets when they rolled through Bowling Green. The young man wasn't much for talking. He liquored up his bus stop coffee. The old man, smiling across the aisle, was the first one to speak. He said, the highway's hard, son, when you're headed in the wrong direction. Reached into his faded jeans and pulled out his collection. Coins, mostly Roosevelts and Lincolns, a token years worn over, read one day at a time. Coins, some were old and some were new. He said, I only keep a few of the best ones. Son, I collect them. Coins. He said, this penny must have fell from heaven. Since then I paid attention. Found it in the fresh cut grass by my mother's grave. And this nickel, it's a 42. The year we watched the Yankees lose, bought hot dogs in St. Louis. Daddy let me keep the change. Said you might call me crazy for counting all these blessings, but I don't take for granted what I have in my possession. Coins, mostly Roosevelts and Lincolns, a token years worn over, read one day at a time. Coins, some were old and some were new. He said, I only keep a few of the best ones. Son, I collect them. Coins. His shaky hands held a brand new dime. He said, son, don't lose track of time. This was in my darling's dresser drawer. We went through her things. She was my best friend for 40 years. So I read this little token here. Took some time to think instead of reaching for a drink. They got off the bus in Birmingham, but the whiskey bottle didn't. The young man kept the memory of that pocket full of wisdom. Coins, coins, coins. Well, this song I'm going to do now is probably one of my most requested songs when I play around Nashville. true story. About, well, it was over 10 years now. They were doing a lot of construction in Nashville on I-65, which is one of the highways that goes in and around the city. It's a big loop. And I don't know if you've, how many people have been to Nashville? There's one, there's a few of you have been there, I know. You can throw a stone at a church in Nashville anywhere you stand. And there's more churches per capita than any city in the United States. And I remember it was really raining one morning. I was on the highway and they were doing the construction and somebody ran me off the road. You know, they weren't paying attention. And I thought, wouldn't it be funny, because there's so many church vans in Nashville, if somebody ran me off the road and said, "Have a nice day, God loves you," you know? And this is kind of where that song came from. Sideswiped by Chevy van on Highway 65. Have a nice day, God loves you, painted on the side. I stared in disbelief at what that bumper sticker said. Those letters WWJD made me think this instead. What would Jesus drive if he were here today? Oh, Hummer, truck, or SUV that hold all of his grace. It wouldn't be a gas guzzling Escalade, cause we all know Jesus say, what would Jesus drive if he were here today? Yeah! Well, the angels don't need to drive, they fly to everything. On the day the devil invented Fords, God gave them their wings. They say that the apostles are all in one accord. That's 12 guys in a Honda with no room for the Lord. So what would Jesus drive if he were here today? No Hummer, truck, or SUV could hold all of his grace. It wouldn't be a gas guzzling Escalade, cause we all know Jesus says, what would Jesus drive if he were here today? Whatever he'd be driving, I'd try to follow close. Right behind his taillights up the straight and narrow road. He already paid the price, so I'd blow past the toll. He's coming back for good someday. That's the day I'll know. Sing it if you know it. What would Jesus drive, fooled you, if he were here today? No Hummer, truck, or SUV that hold all of his grace. It wouldn't be a gas guzzling Escalade, cause we all know Jesus says, what would Jesus drive if he were here today? Thank you. True story, y'all. True story. Yeah, I never let the truth stand in the way of a good song. This next song I wrote with a good friend of mine named Casey Black, and Casey tours all around the world. He's based out of Nashville. I think he's one of the best songwriters I've ever worked with and artists. So you'll probably be hearing something from Casey Black. Keep an eye out for him. This was the first song we wrote, I think. I hear fingers on an old piano, and the notes fall like memories. Damp basement echoes of chopsticks. Christmas. Daddy's on the front porch blowing smoke rings and laughing. Me and my sister are running trying to catch them, but they disappear. in the thin air. And that basement's full of spiders, and the front porch is falling down. Girl, I know it don't look like much to you now, but this is more than just a one-story house. Daddy would have a fit if he could see it in this condition. The years I couldn't come here, it would only make me miss him. And that ivy just kept on climbing. The floor's a little creaky, but the foundation's sound. It might take a while, but you'll come around. You'll see, this is more than just a one-story house. Can you picture some fresh paint on these walls? And some muddy little footprints in the hall? They say to turn a house into a home, you gotta add a couple stories of your own. We'll plant a few maples by the fence in the front yard, and by the time they're old and gray, they'll be reaching for the stars. When our grandkids come to climb them, we'll tell them how. This is more than just a one-story house. This is more than just a one-story house. Thank you. I think I got time for about 3 more, maybe. Is that okay? 4. It's been so great. You guys have been fantastic, and Jeff and Bev and Jen and. This was another true story, kind of. I was in a round the other night, and a round is where we sort of sit around. There's 3 or 4 songwriters, and we perform songs we've written. There's big hit songwriters and just newcomers and everything. And for some reason, this one fellow in the round was bragging about the fact that he was an atheist. I don't know if that's something to brag about, but I represent his freedom to do that. And I said, and you're in the music business? Like, it's pretty tough to be an atheist in the music business. You know what the chances are of something happening are. This is kind of what this song's about. I saw Donnie Turner in church today. Said he finally beat the bottle, hadn't had a drop-in day. He left those demons down at the bottom, met some dreams that he'd forgotten, and he still has a whole lot in his way. But hey, 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 nobody ever said you can't move a mountain if you pick up a shovel and start counting on the good Lord. Push hard, he'll do his part. Nobody ever said you can't move a mountain if you start praying and stop doubting. No, 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 nobody ever said you can't move a mountain. I was talking to Brandy Joe in the parking lot. I could see she was showing, and she told me Bobby lost his job. She said this surely ain't the way we planned it, but looking past my circumstances to the one who has the answers, there's nothing we can do. No, 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 nobody ever said you can't move a mountain if you pick up a shovel, start counting on the good Lord. Push hard, he'll do his part. if you start praying. Stop doubting. No, 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 nobody ever said you can't move a mountain. God's not like me, he sees things differently, yeah. Looking down from up above on a little bitty pile of rocks and mud. Nobody ever said you can't move a mountain if you pick up a shovel, start counting on the good Lord, push hard, he'll do his part. Nobody ever said you can't move a mountain if you start praying, stop doubting. No, 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 nobody ever said you can't move a mountain. Move a mountain.
Yeah.
Thank you. Looking down at your shadow on the ground, like you can catch a break. When dreams start falling, they can do some damage. You can't see it now in all this wreckage, but the dust is gonna settle someday. Don't even think of giving up. That breakthrough is gonna come. There's a fighter in everyone, strong enough to beat these hard times back. Yeah, you were made for that. So if you think you can't win, your legs are tired, you're out of breath, it only means that you're running harder. When the world is sitting on your back, you feel the weight, remember that it's only there to make your heart stronger, stronger. Don't even think of giving up. That breakthrough is gonna come. There's a fighter in everyone, strong enough to beat these hard times back. Yeah, you were made for that. You were made to stand on mountains, troubles, or just your stepping stone. Don't even think of giving up. That breakthrough is gonna come. There's a fighter in everyone, strong enough to beat the hard times back. Yeah, you were made for that. Yeah, you were made for that. Thank you. I sing that song to myself some days because Nashville is a no town. But that's just not the music business, that's everything. You get a lot of no's in life. You get a yes, celebrate it, and remember it's going to come again. Well, this has been a blast, kids. Just a great time tonight, and tell your friends to come back tomorrow for the 4 o'clock show. We have a special guest who from Nashville, who happens to be in town tonight. Can I say who it is?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know if y'all ever heard of a band called Rockapella, but they've been around for a good long time. My friend Steve Dorian's in the band, and we write songs together back in Nashville. So he's coming to grace us with a song. No dancing. There will be no dancing in here. Sorry.
I'm dancing.
But this last song I'm gonna do, I wrote with Steve Dean. Steve wrote "I'll Be Watching You" for Rodney Atkins, "Round and Round" for George Strait. He's had a bunch of hits. But this is just a song about songs, another song about songs, and kind of what makes us what the power of a song is. It's kind of like a call from an old friend. Put the world on hold so you can listen. Some poet who grabbed a guitar and made his story rhyme. Is there something there about you in between the lines? It might be on scratchy vinyl or a kitchen radio, somewhere on a playlist right there in your phone. It can take you back to 16, break you down and make you smile. That's life playing out 3 minutes at a time. It's a sound that can save your soul like a Sunday morning, make you fall in love without a warning. It's hellos and goodbyes, bridges that don't burn, notes from a memory that feels so good it hurts. Might be on scratchy vinyl or a kitchen radio, somewhere on a playlist right there on your phone. It can take you back to 16, break you down and make you smile. That's life playing out 3 minutes at a time. So fast, thank God there's a way to play it back. Might be on scratchy vinyl or a kitchen radio, somewhere on a playlist right there in your phone. It can take you back to 16, break you down and make you smile. That's life playing out 3 minutes at a time. Hey, that's life playing out 3 minutes at a time. Thank you so much. Thank you.